So we go to the Houston Astrodome, and there's pyro and lights and this big, giant-ass crowd, and Paul Heyman talking about how happy he is to be at WrestleMania for the very first time, and I'm going to make a red-hot take here, everyone. Mm-hmm. You ready? Wrestling is better with lots and lots of fans.
No shit.
Yes. It really, really is.
God,
I recommend that as soon as it's safe, we get fans back into wrestling.
I watched this, obviously, live at the time. But I haven't watched a WrestleMania on television. I guess there was one I didn't go to from 2006 on. But, I don't watch WrestleMania on TV. I go to the show. So It was bizarre to see so fucking, not just people in the building, not just a hot crowd, but so goddamn many of them.
Yes.
Like, wow, that's a lot of people that were there in that building.
We open with Chris Jericho versus William Regal for the IC title.
Very good match.
He had a very good opener. I like, very basic too. Regal just beat him up for a while. Jericho made his comeback and won. Regal did a bunch of suplexes in this match with varying degrees of success. He is not Brock Lesnar, but he did a cool suplex where he does like the Greco-Roman knuckle grip and hyperextends the arm but flips the guy over. That was cool. He tried a throwing back suplex that almost dropped Jericho on his head. That was not as cool. And then they traded submissions, and Jericho made his comeback, and suddenly, just as things are about to get going, he hits a cabrata and wins.
Yeah, they had a double underhook superplex off the top.
That too, yes.
Which I could not even believe, which got way less of a pop than I expected it to. And at first I thought, well, it's a goddamn big building, and you won't be able to hear the people as well as you would in a smaller building. But then I watched the main event, and I was wrong. So I don't know why they didn't pop for this move here. But yeah, they were just doing a match, and then all of a sudden, Jericho hit the line salt, got the pin. It was out of nowhere. It was rushed. It was abrupt, and it was weird. And they had a longer... I mean, this was a 4-hour show, so they had more time than they normally did. But for whatever reason, they just had to get some of these matches over with quicker, which is too bad.
Jericho was very excited. He came out of House of Fire and was just doing moves a million miles a minute. And then he went to hit a pescado and overshot Regal and just killed himself on the floor below.
And then Regal bumped anyway.
Yes.
Regal, Jericho was a little overexcited, I think. But it was a good pay-per-view opener, and the key here is that it's the opener of a 4-hour show. They didn't need to do 17 near falls and reversals. Comeback, finisher, win, the end. A limo arrives. The camera zooms in on the license plate, which reads WCW1. Causing Paul Heyman to say, "Oh, I'm real happy about that." And because the camera was zoomed on the license plate, we apparently missed Shane McMahon stepping out of the limo. Because when I watched it the first time, I thought Shane had just walked into the building on his own, and then like a limo passed him. But no, apparently Shane got out of the limo, which makes more sense.
Well, of course, it's his limo. He's bought this company, they claim.
The Acolytes and Jackie are playing poker, and then the poker game is interrupted because the future JBL cuts the best promo of his whole career, because it's about the glory and the honor and the legacy of Texas sports. And this is a subject matter near and dear to Bradshaw's heart. And he goes off about being in the Astrodome, the home of Bum Phillips and Snake Stabler and the Tyler Rose and the Love Ya Blue and Nolan Ryan and Rodeo Cowboys and Bulls. And we're here for WrestleMania. Hearts are going to be broken. Legends will be made. Asses will be kicked. Let's all go. And they all get up and storm out of the room. This promo was so awesome. It is a shame that World Class Championship Wrestling died before JBL made it big, because he would have been the biggest star in the history of a Texas local fed.
Then they had a match.
Then they had a wrestling match. Val Venus, Bull Buchanan, and the Good Father versus the APA and Taz. It was for pay-per-view standards, a short trios match. Heat on Taz.
Well, believe it or not, I got a lot to say. First off, Bull Buchanan did a run-up-the-ropes lariat, which is very impressive.
Yes.
We never saw this guy do any of this shit on Raw. He was just a big, bald guy who was in a boring group, but he was very athletic. And they're beating on Taz, and Jim Ross says, there's so much fucking shit that it's like, can you believe this guy fucking said this 19 years ago, a month ago? Jim Ross says, and I quote, Bradshaw never met a fight he didn't like.
Yes.
I thought, Jesus Christ, I just fucking watched yesterday a fight that JBL didn't like. It was with Bart Gunn. He got the
like it.
shit knocked out of him. Got fucking ruined. He's in the ring here with RTC. And you know who happens to be in Right to Censor? Well, this big, strong, badass motherfucker named the Goodfather, who, in Brawl for All, beat the shit out of a lot of guys. And it comes down to Bradshaw and the Goodfather in the ring. And man, that Bradshaw hit him with the nicest lariat you ever saw. And he covered him, and he got the pin, and he pats the guy on the chest after the pinfall to say thanks. And I was like, of course you did, you fucker. Anyway, that's the story of this match here.
Yeah, they had a short trios match. Hot tag Bradshaw. He pins Godfather with the clothesline from hell.
Yep.
Anybody thought it was ridiculous that Taz was suplexing Bull Buchanan, the biggest man in the
Hey,
match?
he got him up,
actually.
dude. He got him up.
I believe Taz could suplex Bull Buchanan.
He's short, but
Yes.
he's wide, and he's got a low center of gravity.
Low center of gravity, wide base, explosive hips.
Built for this throwing thing.
Brock Lesnar suplexed the Big Show, and that looks totally believable.